Hi there, Natalie with you today with a new process video for Pinkfish Studio. And I'm so excited to be working with the Office Hours collection because it's such a versatile, colorful collection that you can document not just your office or work memories, but any everyday memories. And for this, I am going to use actually some pictures. I debated between what I want to do, but I chose to create a grid using one of my daughter's pictures. She is studying, she's in grade 11 going to grade 12, and there's a lot of work that they do. So what I'm going to do to create this layout, like I said, is I'm going to create a grid. So I'm going to use the essential tags. This is the fillable tag to cut a few die cuts, in this case going to be tags, from papers from the office hours collection. So you're going to see that I went through all the papers trying to find some papers that had I didn't want a lot of detail or designs because I'm gonna embellish each one of the tags. So I went with something that had more of a plainer look. And like I said, I'm gonna take it off camera and then I cut a few of them. And also I am actually gonna use the die to cut the picture too. And I make sure that when I edit the picture, I actually enlarge it so that it was gonna fit, my daughter was gonna fit inside the tag. Now, to add my title, I wanted something like that had a grid, just because grid paper reminds me of school. And I looked at the package, and the package comes with this little tiny grid that I thought it was going to be perfect. So I'm going to cut a little piece of the packaging. This is the one from the Puffy Alphas, the beautiful script alphas. And I'm just going to cut one of the tags. Now, to create this layout, I am going to go with the structure. And I wanted also a background that was non-white, but I don't want it to use one of the pattern papers. I wanted something very plain so that all the tags and all the patterns are going to stand out. So I chose this one from my stash, and all I'm doing right now is just plain like with the location of everything's going to go. I know I want my picture at the top row, and I know that yellow paper is where I'm going to add my lines to journal, because when I was perusing through the papers, I really like this clipboard. So you're going to see that I'm going to fussy cut it, and I'm actually going to glue it to the yellow tag, and that's where I'm going to add my lines to journal. I really like those bullet points, and that's how I'm going to add my journal kind of in a bullet form. So now that I have pretty much everything what it's going to look like, I'm just going to start working some embellishments. I'm not going to glue anything in place. I'm just going to start seeing where everything is gonna go, just so that I have a better sense of what it's gonna look like. Now, because everything that I have in this layout is so angular, I'm gonna make sure that when I add the embellishments or the stickers, I put them a little bit offset, like kind of falling off the tag. That's just gonna create movement and kind of break the straight line or the angular design of the layout. So you're gonna see that first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna prop the picture. I want it to stand out from the layout, and my choice, I could have used foam adhesive, but I have chipboard, and I thought chipboard is gonna be it's gonna keep it straight first of all, and it's gonna be a very, I don't know, I like to, it's not as high as foam adhesive, so it's a perfect choice for this. So I just glue a piece behind the picture, and I'm gonna set it right in the center of the top row. And then I'm just working with embellishments. I'm gonna cut up some of the pieces from this cut apart paper, and I love it. I'm actually gonna work a few pocket pages on my traveler's notebook with it, because I think it's a great place to create pocket pages. And then after that, I'm just gonna bring some more stickers and embellishments. I make sure that when I embellish each one of the tags, there was enough, like a variation of all the colors, bringing some of the designs and the textures. Now, to create my title, I am actually going to use a phrase that I use with my kids, because my kids like to complain about schoolwork. So I always say schoolwork never ends, which in reality it doesn't, because whatever you learn, you're going to use it after, at least I hope they do. So I'm going to use that line, schoolwork never ends. And I'm going to use actually all the alphas that come in the office hours collection. I just like the color combination. Like I said, because I have all the colors I'm using all the colors in this layout, I'm gonna do the same with the title. So I spelled the phrase schoolwork never ends using all the mini alphas. I make sure that I put the emphasis on the word work, and I use the beautiful script puffy alphas for that. But once I finish that, I am actually gonna bring one of the ephemera pieces, and it's the one that has the stack of books with the plants on top. And I'm not a plant person. I don't like them. I like them, but I'm not good at keeping them. I actually am a plant killer. But my daughter has a green thumb, so I just thought that that's something that it it's more her than me. So now that I added my line switch journal, I'm just gonna glue it. And then what I'm gonna do before I glue anything in place, I'm gonna take it off camera. I'm actually gonna stitch a frame using my machine through the entire background. And then I'm gonna stitch some of the pieces together to the tags. And that's just gonna bring a little bit more of texture to the layout, and also just kind of make sure that everything has the same look. So now I'm just kind of setting everything where it's gonna go. I'm gonna use my T ruler to make sure that when I glue everything, it's straight. Just because I'm using all those angular lines, I'm gonna make sure that everything's straight. Otherwise, it's gonna throw off. I don't, it might not do for you, but for me, it throws off the entire layout. So I'm just gonna make sure that I use my T ruler to make sure that everything is straight. Once I have everything set, and like you see, like I told you before, I did not glue anything. I just make sure that, I knew where everything was gonna go. I'm gonna start embellishing. And one of the things that you don't see me do, because I think I do it off camera, is I'm gonna add a little bit of foam adhesive behind some of the corners of the tags, just to lift them a little bit, to create a little bit of movement. I don't want it to be so flat on the layout. And that's pretty much it. So right now I'm gonna start embellishing. You saw already that I pulled some pieces that I thought that were gonna look nicely. Like I said, because I cut the tag at the bottom from one of the papers that has the circles, and I really cut it because it had that ruler kind of lines at the corner of it. I'm gonna bring some circles into this layer. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna bring a few of the enamel dots. I'm gonna bring there's a lot of pieces of ephemera that had like a rainbow of colors, and because I'm using all the colors, I thought it's just like a nice accent. I really like this badge that say yes, and I thought that after putting that title, that my kids, honestly, they're not gonna like it because it is something that I say every day to them. So I decided to add this little badge that said yes, and kind of put an encouraging word. And I found the little fabric tags had one that said be positive, and I thought that was nice and sweet after the sarcastic title that I added. So then all I'm gonna keep working is adding embellishments. Like I said, I'm just gonna make sure that I accent all those round shapes that I'm adding. And if I don't have something round, I'm just gonna add a few enamel dots, especially on that orange tag. I think because I had a lot of orange and yellow, I need to bring some of the yellow, some of that blue, just to bring the some of the colors to the collection. After that, you're gonna see that I'm just going through the entire pack, the entire embellishments, just to find every circle. No, I wanted to bring a little bit more of that pink that I have in the background. The color of the cardstock is, it's a blush, but I don't think it's blush. It's a kind of a blush orangey tone. So I'm gonna bring some more accents of that soft pink just to bring the background into it. So I found this sticker that said yay in the puffy stickers, and I thought it was perfect for this layer. So I'm just adding a few of them. Now I'm just gonna start working a few more of the enamel dots into the layout. And now, just to bring more of the soft pink, I actually went through the puffy stickers, the alpha, sorry, the nice with the beautiful script, and I just found these little asterisks, which I'm gonna add around some of the tags. I also gonna bring some of the little hearts from the Everyday Musings puffy stickers. I just wanted like 2 or 3, just to bring some of the colors, and I want little hearts in this layout. Now, what I did now is I'm just gonna add a piece of crochet embroidery. I think it's crochet. Yeah, it's crochet floss, just to create a bow on the tag that has my daughter. And I don't think you can see it in the camera, but it's kind of a tealish with white. And after that, I'm just gonna add a few splatters of black liquid watercolor. This is from Pink Fresh, but I'm gonna make sure that they're really, really tiny, and just in some areas you're gonna see that I'm gonna kind of create sort of a wave when I add my splatter. So I'm gonna make sure that when I splatter, first of all, I'm gonna cover the tags because I don't want the color to go on the tags, not on the embellishments. I don't mind the tags a bit, but not on the embellishments. But I'm gonna kind of create a wave when the way I add my splatters, and that's just to help move your eye through the layout, and also to, I think, like I said, it's gonna break the angular design of this. And that's pretty much it. The only thing that I worked outside of the camera is when I started photographing, I realized that I needed something that connected all the text together. So I added some string. But it was so easy to put together. I hope you try it. As always, if you have any questions about how this came together, don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to check out the collection. Thank you so much, guys. See you soon.